Hi, my name is Chris Logan, and today I'll be demoing for you my final project for computational photography. I made a panorama editor in processing. The idea behind this was that there were already a lot of panorama creators and generators through things like photosynth and ice that we discovered during class. However, when I used them, I found that I was not able to edit where my photos were after they had been collated by the software. And so I set out to make one that would allow the user to have a little bit more control over where the images were. So first up, let's start with some images that we would like to see in a panorama. So here you can see I have these images taken of a storm that was moving through. And you'll note that these images are quite small. That is just for ease of use. You can have larger images, however, it will take a lot longer for the data to process. So first thing we're going to do is inside of a project folder, we're going to move the images into the data folder. And I will verify that they're in there. Now, something that Mac does is when you come to this folder, it creates a hidden file. So I need to go remove that file real quick. So that's what I'm bringing up here. You can see that I've been removing it a lot. The DS store file. There are ways to get around it. However, that was the simplest way for me, was just to remove it. It's not something that would really plague anybody on a Windows machine anyways. So now that we've removed that, let's go ahead and launch the application by clicking on one of the files. This automatically starts up processing. And from here, we'll go ahead and run. Now this takes a moment to load in the files, and here we can see the first two images and they are overlaid with each other, and there's a transparency being applied to them. This allows you to see both images simultaneously, and it darkens it just a little bit so that you can see the key detection points that are going to start popping up in pink. Now those are areas where it believes that feature matches are possible or successful. And hopefully we'll see a little bit more as we come in over here. You can see it's starting to actually to fill in the areas that we want. So if that's where we were looking for, it lets us know how many areas are actually matching within that spot. And we can refine this in the code. Currently it's sitting at a very broad window. So once the alignment has been made between the first image and the second image, I'm going to hit the right button, and this will now load up the third image and the second image. And so now you can see that they're off by a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this image and move it over. And again, we'll see a lot of the pink dots popping up to let me know where it believes features to be matched, so that I can have an idea of how accurate I think this is. Now something that I've thought about doing is making a window around the mouse, since that is the area of focus that we're looking at, but currently the window is the entire overlapping section of the images. And you notice as I moved one image over, there's nothing overlapping in this section, so it has been removed from the view, and it's also been removed from the check for the key points. So now that we've aligned this third image with the second one, I'm going to go ahead and hit P for pre-render. And you can see it tries to match everything up quite nicely. There's a little bit of a hitch right here, and some blending needs to be applied. However, I was unable to get the blending to be applied. And there is some artifacting that carries over from the feature detection library that, for whatever reason, makes the image have a pink border around it. For the second image, I'm not sure why that's persisting. It's been an issue that I've been trying to track down but unable to solve. However, you can see here that the image has been rendered up as a panorama, and hitting S will save your image. And if we close out of this, we will see that it has been saved right here. We can go ahead and open that up, and you can see it still has a little bit of the artifacting from the feature detection library, and a little bit of artifacting from the lack of a blur. The lack of a blend. But that is the quick panorama tool that I've made that relies on human interaction as well as feature detection. Thank you.